Alrighty, so
Okey-dokey.
here we are, and as noted, we have a Republique as our
Yes.
couple of gearings. To say no real surprises. Hakuryu's on both sides. 3 Montanas. My bad, I got that wrong in my intro. It's actually 2 Montanas. I apparently can't read. That's a great start to the afternoon.
Monitor Montana, same thing.
Yeah, and me. They're both ammunition spewing bringers of death. And for those of you
I have a
interested,
navigator mod in the middle of my screen. That should not be there.
don't worry, it goes away when you explode.
Good.
And for those of you interested, this is the For the Win camouflage. Your opinion of its looks may vary. Your opinion of the bonuses will not. So, the ceremonial headbutt is complete. Let's get this show properly on the road. And swinging out to take a look at what ALKO are doing. Hakuryu at the back, of course, not in a great hurry to sprint forwards. And as expected, we're kind of seeing an AC split from ALKO, and no real surprise there.
Yeah, looks like we've also got an AC split here. Interestingly, our Hokuryu of Drowsy dropping torpedo bombers first, getting them up in the air first before the dive bombers. Dropped ordnance and is now rushing straight through the middle of the map for scouting. Interesting. I normally expect to see dive bombers do that, but
I wonder if
just as well.
I wonder if he's playing a mind game there, because the fighters, as we're seeing here, are trying to close down torpedo bombs. They've got them marked as a threat, and as a consequence, he has drawn both
a strafe, I believe.
3 of the fighters in yet very good strafe, takes out first squadron torpedo bombers. So the decoy didn't last long, but as a consequence, I think Hydro have just got a good look at where several of ALKO's fighter squadrons are. So they've got some early information, but not necessarily stuff that's going to work very long given the sheer speed of those aircraft. It's going to be out of date in a few seconds. Now,
So we've got 422 Hakuryu on this side. I'm assuming 422 on enemy as well.
Absolutely, 422, no surprises there. The real surprise in ALKO's lineup is that they've only brought the 1 destroyer, and I think that torpedo bomber squadron actually got an early look at it. So Cooler PL's had to slightly modify his initial approach. He was planning to go for B to start with. He's now had to kick round into A. And of course, Hydro have got a destroyer in A already, so it's going to be our first surface contact there. They've seen the Hydro gearing, just got a brief air spot before he broke contact again, and again we're seeing the importance of air spotting here. One of ALKO's fighter squadrons kind of eyeing up well, it was a 2v1, now it's basically turning into a 1v1, because he managed to get a
taking quite a bit of
strafe in.
damage there from Minotaur and Montana combined. He's already down about a third of his health. Getting spotted early there.
Yeah, Rail Thunder looks like he's trying to provide some backbone to a push into A, but as you say, he's opened up a bit too much angle on the Montana and 2 Hindenburgs, and I think he's about to suffer for that. Here come the shells. We'll see who's got their angling right. And wow, he's opening up the angle even further. Now, that could be an evasive, but if they've anticipated the turns...
Good hit from the Montana. There's a fire on the bow section, interestingly.
Yeah, a lot of that went wide, but wow, he actually stealthed for a second there. He could have remasked and just slipped away. But as it stands...
Dead.
Maybe. As it stands, Rails had to break away, and he's taken significant damage there.
There's still more coming down as well.
Meanwhile, over in Point C... Yeah, there we are. Classic radar cruiser tactic. Collar's 75 has tucked in behind the island, and he's not as defilated as he could be, but it's still blocking most of the shots. In fact, I think Rail Thunder was actually having a go. He's getting some shots just kissing the top of the island and coming down into the superstructure, but it's not going to seriously trouble the Soviet battleship. Sorry, I mean cruiser. Easy mistake. Tyranid, as you say, having a look as well, but getting picked up fairly early on by aircraft.
Montana coming in. He's not well angled to this at all, so...
Gets away
Oh,
with it.
that's a big hit.
Well, I
Down
was
to
saying
50K.
he'd gotten away with it, but then that 15,000 salvo slammed in. Hindenburg's got good armor, but it's not unbeatable, especially if you catch it in the middle of a turn where it's healing and the angled turtle back isn't quite the protection it could be.
Meanwhile, the fighter duel's still going on.
Yeah. Interesting
JB's
that...
providing some AA fire support here if he's enabled his AA. I'm not sure if he's letting himself get spotted here. Montana Summer coming in on him, I think. There could be some full pen.
Yeah, he's gone dark
misses.
for a second. I think he's realised that providing that flak support was running too much of a risk, and he's nudged his way back into the control point. Interesting that the air war has gravitated over A. Normally you see the entire map being used. And, just taking a wee look there for a torpedo strike into the smoke cloud, but fighters from Hydro persuaded the bombers from Matuz to back off before they tried it and got straight for their trouble.
Yeah,
So...
JB's AA is opening up. Interesting to know if he's running defensive fire here or not. Maybe that could have been a baited out fire, hence why the torpedo bomb might have gone away even quicker, just fighters alone.
Maybe, but you'd have expected more carnage. They've only lost the one bomber so far, and JB's about to sneak the capture point, so that puts Hydro on a fairly early points advantage, but they've traded far too much health to get it. They're on 381,000 total health, and ALKO have barely taken a scratch. They're still on 532,000 by my count.
Yeah, Tyrannid and Rail Thunder are the two biggest victims. Rail Thunder got focused quite heavily by multiple cruisers on the battleship, and then obviously Tyrannid, big salvo from Tanner up on C8.
However, that... Ooh, Kula was lucky there. Salvo fire from both Rail Thunder and...
Oh, that was a drop. That was gearing torps, blind torps into the smoke. Oh dear, JB gets caught out there.
Yes.
To be well angled. I'm not sure if he just miscalculated the turn or what, but that's a flat out kill.
Yep, that's first blood to ALKO. And
Kula PL is currently spotted by the Minotaur radar, but he's just holding his ground. He's not scared at all, apparently.
Well, he knows that Rail Thunder's emptied his magazines. He's turning, not quite angling completely to Centurio, but he's getting there. I mean, he'll be stern first in a second. That'll minimise the high explosive. And now he's starting to turn back. He's counting seconds. So he knows the next Montana salvo is coming, and here it is. Of course, he's going to get caught a little short. Yeah. Ooh. He was a bit too angled there, so instead of just ploughing straight through as they would have done with the broadside...
Now he's unspotted.
These 16-inch guns from the Montana just found full pens, and yeah, ouch.
I don't think that was worth it. That's a lot of health as a destroyer to trade out just for that. And when you're the only destroyer, you can't afford to lose that much health when... He could have just backed up a little bit more, escaped the Minotaur radar, come back in about 20 seconds or so, and you could have got the cap for free. But
maybe. I think he was anticipating either that the Montana wouldn't be quite so accurate, or that maybe Lyde's radar, we can actually see him in the top left corner there, would run out a bit quicker than it did.
I think that's a radar mod Minotaur there.
That is almost certainly a full radar Minotaur, yes. It won't be anything else in this situation, except a smoke burner. But, yeah, as you say, he paid for it pretty hard there, but he did kill one of Hydro's two gearings, and we haven't seen much of Der Haribo. They actually got a brief contact over at point C, and there's still blind shell fire dropping into that location, but point C has stalemated, and ALKO have managed to nab themselves point B into the bargain. On the other hand, Kolas 75, we last saw...
he took a big hit there.
Yeah, you remember how he was deflated against all that incoming fire? Well, he apparently got tired of taking repeated superstructure hits, decided to try and pull out, and promptly ate what looked like 16-inch shells again from, I think it was Rail Thunder.
Yeah, it was Rail Thunder Stars coming in. Firestarter's trying to get a shot on, but not too much island there.
And Collage 75 has found himself a new and unique tar pit, I think. I mean, he's very nicely...
Tyrannid still has shots on that location with the Hindenburg. Hindenburg HE is that magical 50mm pen, so Mosfet armor will not stand up to that.
I know. And the problem he had was that it was a very good position for the early game, but he now can't get out of it because the moment he tries to move out, Rail Thunder is going to have a sweet, sweet broadside shot into him, and we've seen what a Montana's 16-inch guns can do, even from halfway across the map. So Collage is basically stuck there until somebody finds and kills that Hindenburg.
We might have a bit of an issue here. Liz in the Minotaur on B, he's got a nice position here, but the two Hindenburgs from ALKO, as well as the Montana, pushing through A, I assume are gearing there as well, backing them up, unspotted for now. They're pushing this position quite aggressively. The Montana and Zhao have had to back up and kite away. They can't hold this. So unless Lid gets a move on, he's going to be a sitting duck when the Montana rounds the corner.
Yeah, if he breaks contact right now and breaks cover right now, he can actually get away with it because he's going to have to go straight forwards.
He's breaking away now, yeah.
Yeah, he'll have to go across the southern approach B. As I say, he's unspotted at the moment, and no one's really
Going
got
up
a
into
good...
B.
He's turning. Okay, wow. Okay, that is a ballsier move than I expected, but it makes sense.
I think he might be trying to get a torpedo salvo here in a second.
Yeah,
he's
and
shooting at...
Collage finally went down under that withering barrage. Nobody really found Tyrannid before he could do it, and now Tyrannid pops up on the 10 line. For all that we're rude about players hovering on the 10 line, it does have its uses, and Lid is poking his way into B. Now, he's got the cap going.
Montana gets some good overmatch. Torpedoes in there as well, but he's them.
Yeah, but the problem is that now the Montana and the Hindenburg are coming around. They're both looking hungry. Shinano...
Strike planes coming in.
Strike planes come in. They're not going to last long, but that's not the point. They're going to spot him. And over in the back, we've got Conrad and Panther 230, both looking hungry, and that's a Minotaur. And
planes are not falling very fast. He's going to get some off here.
Yeah, and on the inside of the turn as well, that is gonna hurt. Stops 4 and boom. Wow. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why you tend to see Minotaurs going AFT and manual anti-air, just so they can decimate enemy aircraft. Because Minotaur does not carry defensive fire. They rely on raw DACA to get the job done against aircraft, and that's what happens when it doesn't work. So
Lid did get some torpedoes off, but it doesn't look like they're going to be in the path of anything, unless the Hindenburg suddenly makes an abrupt left turn.
Well, I don't think he's going to make an abrupt left turn, but he's making safe. A gentle one, mostly because Shinano has got those torpedoes well spotted. He knows exactly where they are.
Oh, strike coming in on Montana. Hardly any planes go down. Finally one goes down, but here comes the strike.
Shemos dumps, but... Shemos has got the rather harder over, but he's going to eat
2 in the bow, 2 in the belt.
2 in the bow, 2 in the belt. He's going to flood from the 2 in the bow, but instant damcon to contain that. That was not nearly as devastating as I suspect Drowsy Forest was hoping for. And as a consequence of that, Shemos isn't quite bow onto Firestarter, but he's in a good position to just angle in and start bullying.
got spotted crossing here. Montana's coming in. This might be a kill.
Most of those rounds, luckily for Arkela, managed to hit the hill, so gets
very close. Down to 5k now. Indeed. And he's opening fire. If Shemos is looking at him immediately, this is probably a kill.
Yeah, just one salvo, and he's not wasting the ammo. Wow.
Ooh, a bounce.
That was a bounce. Des Moines, of course, if you're straight bow on, you're not going to something, but Shemos has decided he's not taking any more chances.
There we go.
Railgun straight through the bow, overmatched the forward plating and into the main superstructure, and really one good hit from that 16-inch was all it needed.
Hindenburg all up north, but the Minotaur's helping out, so this is a pretty one-sided fight.
Indeed, and I have a suspicion that this first one is going to go to ALKO. Tyrannid is in trouble, he's getting focus, and even the torpedo bombers want to go, because right now...
He's got fight to cover, though.
Yeah.
He won't last long enough for the planes to even get there if he tries.
No, probably not, which is probably going to annoy him no end, but there you go. Mind you, he's already got one, so perhaps he can afford to be generous.
Haribo, I think, yeah.
Right, and another strafe lock there, but wow, the torp bombers have got caught unescorted, but the strafe missed.
Interesting.
Yeah, now is he going to split his bomber squadron?
No.
Oh no, and that strafe did not miss. So that is 6 bombers straight
down. Defensive
down.
fire as well from the gearing. I think he's going to get unlucky and take this one.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Boom. Yeah, he
quite
does.
unlucky.
Ouch. And of course, that explosion has just cued in Cooler PL as to exactly where he needs to be aiming. Cooler's already got his own Mark 17s in the water, just blind dropping the smoke. So if you're gearing, if de Haribo decides
see
to
them
relax
yet.
and think this threat is over, he's about to get a very nasty surprise.
He's got his stern pointing towards the Hindenburg right now, and yeah, he's pretty much... Oh, he's turned into the track a little bit. He's going to have to jig back out.
Maybe.
Just about, yeah.
Maybe, yep,
he
just
avoids.
scrapes in, torpedoes clear the smoke, and rearrange the island instead. Ah, never mind, we didn't need that beach anyway. So, he's got the cap in the meantime, so he's doing his best, but, well, there's a Minotaur.
They've run out of health.
It's more than that, there's a Minotaur coming around the corner and looking at that smoke
Oh,
screen.
joy.
Yeah, we all know what
Something's
happens.
just entered B, so
Yeah,
Haribo's probably paying attention to that. And he just launched all his torpedoes at the Hindenburg, so...
yeah, that'll be his last gasp. Shinano's got him on Hydro. That's a Minotaur guns, and you know what happens when a destroyer gets caught by a Minotaur.
Yes.
Yeah, cruelty
Give me
to
a kill
small
there.
boats incoming. This, thankfully, will not take very long,
There we go.
like I said. So, Shinano taking down de Haribo. Now, they've seen the salvo coming off, but, oh, Cooler goes down as well. He tried to avoid... I'm not sure where that cross-drop actually came from, but it was de Haribo's
I
Mark
think that was
7...
an airdrop and the gearing's torps from B.
Yeah, it was de Haribo's Mark 17s that did the deed, but it was that cross line from the air bombs that forced Cooler to turn across the track and take the hit.
Reneker's almost dead. He's got unspotted though, so he might be able to get away with it. Shamos is on low health as well, but Firestar's and Rail Thunder are also very, very low health at this point.
Indeed,
And
and
Firestar's got a monitor on his broadside, so he's not going to last too much longer.
indeed, and he's just emptied his forward battery, so he's got really nothing to reply with, even if he knew where Shinano exactly was.
Here comes the Hindenburg fire as well.
Yes.
And I believe that's Montana fire as well.
Yeah, it's really just a question of whether the scoreboard hits its limit or whether they kill Firestarter. 2,000
I think Firestar will be the
health,
final kill here.
and
There,
there we go. That
Oh, they
is...
got Rail Thunder at the same time.
Oh, wow. Ouch. So, first game to ALKO in emphatic fashion.